Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 25th September 2020. After having understood the central nervous system consisting of human brain and backbone, having understood the reflex action, reflex arc, now today in this session we are going to move on to sense organs. You say Pancha Gnanendriya. Okay, we are going to study about the 5 sense organs and what is the structure of it, what are the various parts involved in that, and what is the mechanism of their function. As part of it, first we are going to study our own eye, human eye. So the horizontal section shows the following parts. The first one, the sclera, the outermost layer. So our eye has got 3 layers. If you have observed in the diagram, sclera is the first one, choroid layer is the second one, and the retina itself is the third layer with a macula. And then most important one, of course, in our eye is the lens, and it is in the anterior portion of the eye with the iris. It's a muscle, iris muscle, and of course the most important one is the cornea, which is like a shutter in the camera. And all these signals are connected, the signals from eye to the brain as well as from brain. In the brain, I said there is a part which is responsible for vision yesterday, so in the cerebrum. So in that, the signals will be coming from the brain to the eye and from eye back. So that will be possible through optic nerve. So this optic nerve is connected from eye to the brain. So basically the organs of sight are a pair of eyes which are situated in a deep protective bony cavities called orbits, okay, or eye sockets we call it, of the skull. Eyes consist of tissues present in 3 layers. Outer fibrous layer is sclera. Outer fibrous layer is sclera, and its opaque outermost covering maintains the shape of the eyeball. What is the function of the sclera? Maintenance of the shape of the eyeball. Then cornea. Cornea is a thin transparent front part of sclera. As you are seeing here, sclera gets extended and it in the anterior region it is forming cornea, and this lacks blood vessels but is very rich in nerve endings. So the cornea will be having lot of nerve endings. Cornea allows the light to pass into the eye. So that is why I said shutter. Conjunctiva protects the cornea and also secretes oils and mucus that moisten and lubricate the eye. The middle vascular layer is the choroid layer. This one, middle one, is the choroid layer. It is present beneath the sclera and contains numerous blood vessels and nourishes the retina. It becomes thick in the anterior part to form a ciliary body which holds the lens. See, ciliary body which holds the lens in the position. This is the lens. And iris forms a pigmented circle attached to the ciliary body in front of the lens. The movement of iris controls the size of the pupil. And the third inner nervous layer is the retina itself. As I said, third one is retina. It contains different layers of cells from inside to outside, such as layers of ganglion cells, bipolar cells, photoreceptor cells, and pigment cells. The photoreceptors or visual cells are of 2 types, rod cells and cone cells. Rods contain a photosensitive pigment called rhodopsin. In retina of human eyes, cones are of 3 types that possess characteristic photopigments like pyroxene, iodopsin, cyanopsin that respond to red color, green and blue lights. The daylight, that is phototopic vision, and color vision are functions of cones, and the twilight, scotopic vision, we call it. Scotopic vision is the function of the rods. So rods and cones will play a very important role in color vision. The space between the cornea, and the lens is filled with aqueous chamber, with aqueous fluid. This contains a thin watery fluid called aqueous humor. It helps to maintain the shape of the front part of the eye. That is the function of aqueous humor. I will write it as aqueous humor. So this maintains the shape of the front part of the eye and provides nutrients to the lens as well as cornea. The space between the lens and the retina, is called vitreous chamber, and this is filled with a transparent gel called vitreous humor. So there is two humors, aqueous humor and vitreous humor. Optic nerve contains the fibers of the sensory neurons and leaves the eyeball from the backside. The point of departure of the optic nerve through the retina does not have any rods or cones and thus produces a blind spot or optic disc. At the posterior pole of the eye, lateral to the blind spot, there is a yellowish pigment spot called macula lutea. Yellow spot. There is a dark spot and yellow spot. And this is central pit. The yellow spot, macula lutea, with a central pit called the fovea centralis. The fovea centralis is a thinned out portion of the retina. Which only the cones are densely packed. It is the point where the resolution is the greatest. So highest resolution will be at that point. And what about the mechanism of vision? The rays of light coming from an object fall on retina. So the first one is retina. It will fall on the retina, the rays. After passing through cornea, so first cornea, that's why it's called shutter, then aqueous humor, from cornea, aqueous humor, and then pupil and the lens, so pupil and the lens, and vitreous humor. The stimulus perceived by rods and cones result in the dissociation of photosensitive pigment, that is rhodopsin, into opsin and a retinal, an aldehyde of vitamin A, retinol we call it. So it is converted into opsin, which is a protein, and retinol, an aldehyde of vitamin A. This dissociation results in changes in the structure of the protein opsin. The stimulated photoreceptors initiate the nerve impulses, which are transmitted by the optic nerve to the visual cortex. So there is a visual cortex area of the brain where the neural impulses are analyzed and the image formed on the retina. So the image will be formed on the retina and that retina will be recognized. So this is mechanism of vision. Let's see what we have got. So we got a pair of eyes, they're called orbit, 3 layers as I said, sclera, choroid and cornea. These are the 3 layers we talked. And then there is iris, opaque structure, and then there is a pupil, and the eyeball contains a transparent crystalline lens, most important, and the inner layer is a retina. We said the retina will have three layers of cells: ganglion cells, bipolar cells, photoreceptor cells. There are two types of photoreceptor cells, this only. So the retina contains rods and cones. These are very, very important for color vision. And the optic nerves transmit signal to visual cortex of the brain to know the image. So this is how the eye works. And in our next session, we will see the structure of the ear and how the mechanism of hearing takes place. Until then, keep drawing the diagram, keep practicing it, and then post your doubts in our group.